Hello!
Hello there, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Plight of Princes, session 88. So, where last we left off, our party said their farewells to a party member and made their way towards somewhere in the Zelbros area. Trying to discern the correct way to go, the folks decided to try and make their way towards Loud Water, as Zelbros was a burnt down tavern, which I had not corrected at the time. The party, using travel via plants, then halfway through the travel via plants spell, which is a high level conjuration spell, and the zone heavily influenced by conjuration magic, had to make several saves to ensure that they didn't.
That's what happened, huh?
Yep. Had to make sure that several saves were rolled so that they didn't
Eat shit and die?
Yeah,
appear in places they did not want to.
yeah, there was that.
After
Des took great enjoyment of us going through the whole rigmarole of casting the spell and then asking everyone, what school of magic is travel via plants? And all of us just going, fuck.
You know
But
what
bear
else?
in
Give me.
mind-
We gave that one to you, Des. That was a present.
I will also say this, because of the shits and or giggles. You guys popped it up in chat. First line underneath the name.
Who reads what school of magic their spells are?
Wizards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nerds.
No, we don't. Wizards don't.
Yeah.
Your
Fucking
blade there
nerds.
doesn't count.
You're a weebzard. Anyway, as they teleported out near Loudwater, they found most of the area external to it carved out and destroyed. Essentially, free works have been uprooted. K, your mic butt. I'm getting back.
Yes, you're fan.
It's the fan, sorry.
You're all good. Found a lot of the area excavated, cleared out, trees leveled for a relatively wide zone around, and saw the telltale signs of combat in the distance towards the entrance of the city. Loudwater, bearing in mind, is a city which is, by all accounts, previously just a small hamlet. But two things have changed since its time in Storm King's Thunder compared to now. Primarily that Phoenix Rise is in the southwest of the Great Peak Mountains, southeast, and as such is a relatively new neighbor to it. The other side is that many of the defenders of Faerun would be traveling to this place frequently, so the Zentarum emplaced mayor of that town, who, anyway,
is no more. Is no longer with us.
There
You got
there
Nezenard.
was no other mayor here.
there was no my dears.
No, no mayors.
Um,
Not allowed. No mayors.
I'm just picturing the fucking Wanda thing. No more mutants, just no more mayors. So, as the sweet I eat is much too soft and gets very liquidy in my mouth in that wrong way where I'm not able to talk. There's a brief interaction with folks outside the city who were illusioned themselves to hide, having just fought off a small section of elementals. The party make their way inside, and the valid point is raised to test out locate object, and between that and eventually scrying, which is being done, which again, just like previously, I make scrying on an item just more difficult than it would be scrying on a person, because you're not meant to be able to scry on an object. Scry on the object, and somebody noticed people scrying on objects, and then proceeded to Una reverse the scry. Messages were had between Severnus and old Gnarlbone, a certain green dragon, because
Oh, you guys weren't kidding, huh?
No, we were being 100% serious.
it literally happened again.
It happened again. Help! It's again.
Oh, it's again, huh? Okay,
again.
okay. I leave you guys for 1 week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go. No, don't want to say that. You're right.
finish it, you coward. Understood. The old Gnarlbone, the spire was found, the illusion of it, on a dais, basically. It's projection to Serenus. And as it's there, I believe it was Serenus, or it was probably Krauser, actually. I believe Runara actually did the
Who's
scry.
Rouser?
Who the fuck is Krauser Johnson? Anyway.
The fuck? That was what we said. It was literally history repeat itself.
Yep. The scrying occurred. It was detected, and then they managed to pull themselves away. And then, when you're ready, come into the forest and find me. I want to talk. I loved the mute interaction going on here right now. It's great.
I'm not muted. I'm just not producing sound.
I know, but that's what I mean
We
by
don't need
muted.
sound to communicate.
Don't worry, we got the silence cast around us. That's why.
Yeah, we got silence up.
I hope you know, Blue, there will come a point where I request you to actually subtitle those segments.
We'll see if I can remember what was said next time.
We'll be
Someone
fine.
clip it and put it in Blue's Discord. Thank you.
So, at that point, went further into the town, made your guys' way to the previous manor estate, in like a Horton Cast kind of way, where there's the lower village and then a higher rise deep atop a mound. Up to there, and all around the side of it, it is every kind of creed you could imagine. All these like different folks that you could think of. Race, creed, doesn't matter. Everyone's mingling. All merchant things that you can imagine during like times when people like say the Aarakocra have not migrated into the airplane for mostly of a winter period, that these areas are much more active. Eventually making your way inside to the air elemental earth, or the air and earth genocide forlorn, with braids back in a wired thick mesh of dread down the back, introduced themselves to both, firstly to Wittig, as Wittig had a magnet slapped to his side during their travels, pulled it out, and the magnet gave the detail of go, tap a coin, and all the usual indicators of how to get a harper's attention. Within the inn, then spoke with Forlorn and did the exact things, and Forlorn said, fantastic, and began looking through, let's see, Wittig, I have all of you here, and Kaerk, I have you here, and then proceeded to issue folks up into a particular room and advise you admire the bathroom. At which point, Poe, who, while I imagine had gone bumped at that point, had been noticed by them.
We're getting to this point.
It's the doorman. They have to know if they're letting someone else
for
in.
sure.
It's like the most thin, wispy bouncer ever, and it's like, no, that's the one you're afraid of. Upstairs into a room, and Wittig and Kaerk ushered everyone into the bathroom, with Kaerk saying, this is the least weird thing that I've asked you all to do in the last few months, just go in the bathroom. Went in, a particular switch was pulled on a wall, and silently, when you're inside the bathroom there's no noise, the switch is pulled, no noise, then an entire wall rumbles, and you can hear again inside there. At that point, made their way down, and down a very deep, squared stairs the entire way, found themselves making down to a wide, large under tavern. And the stairs to this are exposed on all sides to chairs, tables, circular spaces, a square bar with a small overhanging area for glasses and other such things to remain. And it's one of those things where, drawing your eye out and drawing your eye through, you can't fully discern anyone's iconography or identifiers from here. It's not like it's a 3-mile distance or anything else. They're about 100, 120 foot away. But you still can't discern them. As you proceed down, Wittick to the front, Kairk to the back. This is where we return to you guys. So, kids, what would you all like to do?
We came down here because we were looking for someone, or we're just looking for information.
We were directed to come here, basically.
Ooh,
Yeah, in terms of getting information,
cool.
probably about High Forest, more than likely.
Cool.
And it was to talk to the mayor.
There is no mayor.
There is no man.
Or, well,
There is no mayor in Basing Say.
Yeah.
I get. Sorry, jump scared by roll 20. Since we're in, is it like a pretty crowded speakeasy?
It is and it isn't. In that way of, there's a moment where you're there, and give us a perception check while you're there, and we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some bullshit as per usual.
Absolutely fine.
Especially because this seems seedy and dodgy, which is my favorite terrain. Perception, you said?
Mm-hmm.
8
Let's go.
with a +6. I'm not doing great.
So,
I could luck it, but I'm not gonna.
just to repeat my earlier statement, you're a bit high up, and you can't quite discern people or not. You're like, is that a shadow, or is that someone stood there? So you're not able to discern much, but by not discerning it, you're able to say, okay, something is up. I can't discern what.
Lots of conversation or very quiet?
Hush conversation. Conversation, but you cannot hear the words.
That's totally fine. I'm gonna pull up next to Wittick and just be like, do you want me to split off and see what I can learn?
real quick before that, can I see lips?
No.
It's a bit personal.
Unless you want to make a perception check to try and focus on one
Okay.
person.
Listen to band, Kay.
No.
I seconded.
No. I revoke all of you. Get fucked. Kay has a dog.
I do
He's
my
there
dog privileges
staying.
as
So do
well.
I.
Yeah,
Where
but
are
your
they?
dog's not
Why
here.
are they not?
fuck.
As do
Why
I.
are they not on camera? Put them on
Because she's
camera.
outside
Well,
being
that's
cool.
your problem.
If you'd like to make a perception check, or let me know what your passive is, because I know you have a quite high one.
Passive is 15.
Okay. I'll give you this. Firstly, from passive. There are times where you can clearly tell from down below. Some people are walking through others, i.e. there is some illusion going on.
Right.
You know this because you've been down here. As you're making further progression down, like right now you're about 120, there's still a longer step down. It goes down below the actual like column that you would go up via bridge to get up there. The illusions that are present here are to deliberately dissuade you being able to identify without being physically on the ground how many people are there or race or creed. It's very hard to differentiate people. It's that thing of like looking from a skyscraper at the ground, in that you can tell there is movement, no indication as to who, what, where, why. When it comes to lips and like trying to discern anything in regards to speech, what you do get, and you get this because you're a harper, there's people here who you have a vague enough recollection of being with or seeing, or mostly seeing Roman and interact with a bit more. And it's the thing of, you can tell people are like, firstly, identifying that you're there, identifying that Kairk is there, and then there's some small, like, whilst holding cards, hand gestures, and you hear things like arcane, celestial, Judaic, like listing off certain elements. And then you see things like they look towards the likes of, for example, Kika and Poe and that, and they begin listing like 3, 3, 2. That one's got 2. That one's got 3. And then like they look to yourself, Wittig's got 3 items, and it's the thing of they're picking what everyone's got. Like you're all kitted. You're all kitted adventurers essentially. That's being
Right.
identified. As being marked. You are. There's no way to come down without being spotted
Right.
Yeah.
deliberately, and you know that the floors here are like the stairway down is kept dusty, so that anyone stepping does kick. Like even Poe, you're aware of it. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might, if I had known we were coming in here, I might not be invisible, but I might try and be cross if I can.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
absolutely fine.
Because he's like a known piece of shit.
Yep.
So that might be useful. And also, by the way, I understand thieves can't. Is anyone doing like little sort of like thieves
With the
shorthands?
8, unfortunately not.
Yeah, extremely valid. Carry on.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But yeah, then to answer your question, no, just kind of stick by me for now.
Cool.
Is more. It's more of a. You're here under my tab, so
Okay.
kind of keep it
I
calm.
will watch the back, and I'll kind of fall to the back of the group and just kind of keep an eye, make sure we're not getting like flanked or anything.
The only thing as you do that is that Kairk doesn't let you go behind him, because this is kind of like a 5x5 like step.
Yeah.
It's like, no, one of us to the back, one of us to the front. That's got to stay.
All right.
That way they know anyone who's coming behind me isn't
It's a
one.
problem.
There you go.
Sure. Yeah.
And you're not a problem.
I could be.
That's why you're sitting in front of me. With all due respect.
You're probably right.
I always love that phrase, all due respect. It never indicates how much the person
It's
actually-
0% respect. Always inferred.
You guys make your way. And you get down, and there's about 30 people overall, over like a 400 like foot space.
Mm.
Like, this is very clearly a space where there's different small groups and sects of people down here interacting, intermingling. But there's several things to note. Firstly, the only way in that you can visibly see is very obvious. Number 2, and this is something that the spellcasters can pick up a lot of, if conflict were to set off here, you're not taking out everyone with one spell unless you have a 9th. Unless you have a titanic spell, you are not busting everyone in this room, essentially. And you don't know how many people could counterspell or otherwise. But it's very clear that there's like certain divides. Not divides, but islands.
Space.
Like spaced out islands in this area.
Yeah. It's like tactical spacing in a fight of like, oh, I'm exactly a fireball's distance away from you.
Yep. And
Everyone's in range to counterspell everyone else.
potentially. This much thoroughness was not here last time you were down here, Wittig, to say.
Right. Still, improvements have been made due
Or
to.
Security
something,
upgrade.
or something
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, what hasn't happened? It's a
I
fair
mean,
question.
With the majority of the archmages
Leadership
Is
being dead,
Built
yeah.
In
Yeah.
one day, in one encounter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I blocked that from my memory. Thank
Yeah,
you for
so had I. Yeah, I'd
I
erased
forcibly
that.
Yeah,
suppressed that.
Due to previous events, changes have been made.
Collective trauma.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
Like everyone
just-
cool.
It's like everyone found out all the Z fighters just got one tapped, and Goku's on a respawn timer.
Yeah.
He's like,
Okay,
Goku's always on a respawn timer.
that's true.
Yeah. So
Wittick, we're following you, bud.
you go down.
Oh, yeah.
do you go towards the bar?
Yeah.
What? The foot of Den. It's like the foot of Gork, but more British. So, you make your way towards that tavern space. And here you see an earth and air genocide who is almost entirely bulky and rocky with white, wispy, long hanging hair. Unity. There is Forlorn and there is Unity. They look to you. Okay, that's good. Firstly, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Didn't expect you down.
Kind of gotten a small message kind of pinged to me, you know,
Physically
while I was
to
walking
you.
about. Yeah.
That was probably Jeff.
Damn it, Jeff.
Damn Bobby. No, it's not Bobby. No, Bobby's fine. Bobby stopped doing it. Okay, that's. Well, I mean, you've already met Prosper, so that's great. That's good. So if you guys can, I know everyone else is probably still going to be in the meetup. Have you been able to brief them yet?
Wait, what's
No.
happening?
Sorry,
Hang on, I just dissociated back into the conversation.
I saw it happen.
I just. Oh.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
You okay, bud?
No, okay, that's not what. That was Curls, not me.
Uh-huh.
Not Pox.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Not
my
me.
god, it's happening. Hang
Help,
on.
it's happening.
Okay,
There's a reason I said no at the start. Like,
okay. Do I... No, I don't think I do. I think for once, I think Pox doesn't go along with it, and I think actually my reaction was probably correct. Of like, wait, what? Because I don't know these guys, correct?
No.
Like,
no.
I
you
was
do
gonna
not.
say, like, this isn't people I've made deals with in the past. I do not know them. And to be very clear to my fellow players, Prosper is someone I made up.
We know.
Thank God. Prosper's rolling.
Yes, they are rolling. Caveat. The person at the bar has expertise and rolled a 19.
Respect. I mean, I also have expert, but respect.
There's this moment of like staring, going, and like a hand just kind of like leans on the bar. Is everything good, Wittick?
Yes. Don't mind them. They're fine.
Okay.
Did we meet when I was drunk? It happens.
Don't. You don't drink.
Kayak clears their throat and goes, "They're a friend."
Uh-huh. Why are they wearing someone else's skin?
Excuse me, it was my skin first.
Because, and again, he clears his throat again, sometimes people need to do that.
Right.
Out of
Okay.
necessity.
Uh-huh. Fair. He's in the next room. Do you really want to show up looking like him?
Yeah, because I have some fucking questions about that.
Right. One, I have not been able to brief them. Two, I will vouch for the character behind me. Three, we might need to check on the other one. To my knowledge, this is their personal making originally.
You did say to me once long upon a time, Curls, that you were inspired by somebody.
Oh, that's fucking right,
Oh,
but
right.
that wouldn't have come from a good place.
Thanks, girls.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, I have a trap mine for some things. And if you give me a
Even
buzzword,
Oh, I
she didn't remember
forgot.
that.
and bear in mind, you never met Foss, and Foss had dealings with you. Quote unquote.
Shit.
Look, I get it. Widdick, make me a persuasion check. That's really good.
Great. I'm glad.
Okay, I get it that you vouch for them. You're impersonating a senior Harper. Because that motherfucker takes a moon bath every time he comes in here, and you have not got magic on you that's doing illusion. Or altering.
Right.
What is the aggro level of the room? The longer this goes on.
At present, they just have their hand on something underneath the table. You don't know if
But
they
it's just
pushed
this
the
one
button.
person. It's not that everyone's slowly getting alerted.
No one's getting closer. If everyone's
Great.
alert, everyone's alert, but no one's letting on.
Right.
We've
can't-
gone. We
Look.
went through this with Archmage, Varus as well. Yes, they are what you would like to think. However, they have been with us for the last few months, have not been making any moves against us or anyone else, have been helping us. I'm also invoking the credit of my master.
Okay. You're pulling out a lot of big names. Anyone else I'd be calling bullshit on. You don't bullshit. So look. Fine. Fine that you are not Prosper. But if I issue you into next room, I'd ask you to not present yourself as Prosper. Because you're going to go through this exact dance again.
Right.
With people with some of which have a lot shorter of a temper. I have to be careful at the door. And by the
Which
way, I've
is
been
fair.
putting my finger on a button for this last few minutes. So just to give you a heads up. Oh, fair. I can see why. Damn. There is a whole package there. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I shut back
Yeah.
down. Because fuck it.
There's a legitimate moment of whoa, and then into it, and then
And then I'll
Again.
go into the like newer form that I've been messing with.
Yeah. That is a whole kit. Okay. Firstly,
You work in the line of business you have, and you ain't never seen one of me before.
no, I have.
They've seen plenty.
It's the fact that number one, you are, but secondly, you came in wearing his face.
I thought it was original. We'll get into it another time.
Yeah, but I'm just reiterating for you. Yeah, no, I definitely have seen your kind before. Everyone has.
Yeah, no, is that undercommon? Sorry, Aussie joke.
I know. They're scowling at you going, how do you know where I was born? Look. There's more to you than just that. Which is the rare thing. It's not my fucking pay grade. Look,
Damn right.
just, you hear a audible click. I've taken my finger off the dead man switch. And I've disarmed. No alarm's gonna go off, no one's gonna freak out. But they were on amber. That's why I was asking you to change back, because you come back in that skin, they're gonna go, okay, jump you. Even if it's Widdick, and even if it's Care. Look. You're aware of what happened to the big heads, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I bite down the phrase "we were there,"
Ah,
Cool.
which was my initial response in my mind. I went, "Nope."
So, everyone's on alert. Everyone's tense.
Yeah. Yes, I get it. Yes, I
There's
understand.
There's a good few people in the next room who aren't physically in the next room who are quote unquote there. Because putting everyone in one place again does not seem like the safest idea. Little one's got their hand up.
oh no, that's me just sitting there. Sorry.
It's just a
The
nervous
little
tick
one's
that's fine.
stimming. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I am actually stimming.
They see you doing that, and like most good pubs, reach down and has like a little fidget thing. You just like hands it across to you.
Yes. It's a beer mat that you can tear apart.
Do they want to pack crisps? We got to pack crisps. I don't know. They're what? 3?
Yes.
Are they? You should get that right. Hey, nice consistency. Right.
Oh, the dawn.
How many 3-year-olds do you think? Anyway, fuck off and go back inside. That way, take a left, walk literally into the wall.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Cool, thanks. Witty, do you want to brief us while we're on our way? What are you supposed to brief us about?
Hey, DM, what am I supposed to read?
You
No,
weren't.
that was directed at me.
That was
Oh, so it is.
directed at Prosper,
Oh,
Yeah.
who they thought had briefed you guys because they
Yeah.
thought, oh, Prosper was.
They thought it was the actual
oh, okay.
Prosper.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
And then
The
when
fact
you
that he
went,
has the same name. It's so maddening.
what? You think you were
No.
creative? No.
No, I don't. That's why it's maddening.
Okay, Pox, are you going to brief us on?
Oh, what? I don't know what the fuck is going on.
But they said you were going to brief us.
They thought I was someone else. I might have. Did I take Prosper's face from someone else? I don't remember. It was before the everything, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I thought I made Prosper up.
I suppose now it's time to face the consequences.
Is that a pun?
Yes.
Yes,
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Yeah, face.
I did.
Yeah, now I get it. Now I get it, and I'm not happy about it.
But hey, I'm really proud of you, though.
For what?
You wouldn't have done that 3 months
fuck
ago.
'em.
You wouldn't have done. You wouldn't have done that 3 months ago.
No, because I'd just be posy. I don't like him.
Most people don't. And Harper's in general. Because in the shadows and all that.
Just give me a bit. I am very confused.
Fair enough. Right, shall we go through the wall?
This one?
Yep.
Or this one?
You just walk through, and there's this moment where
just
you're
walk
like,
into a real wall.
there's a moment where you're like, wait, put your hand out, and your hand does go through. It's like, okay, and then you proceed through.
I'm gonna take a back seat on this one, guys. It's...
Please, this party would 100% walk into a solid wall just on faith.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like full well Unity would just be like,
I wouldn't, but I'd watch you guys do it.
you guys go.
We would
through.
walk into that wall, we would smack our head and be like, oh, the magic must be broken.
I've missed
I
the
think-
train.
And then one of the
No.
arcane, and then one of them just goes Arcana and just goes, it's actually a fucking hole now. Fuck you, we're going through. So you go through, and stepping through, you have that like warble of magic around your ears, and as you step through the illusionary terrain, you hear loud voices speaking up. And as you're there, you do see what is a large as in about 5 by 10 wooden table. There are 12 chairs all around it, all same size, all look worn, used, and ravaged to shit. On several of those tables, there are these small discs And from those, you can just see the projections of illusionary magic, projected images. And there are several individuals all hooded and speaking down. And in the middle of the room right now, you just see this taller, older, like wrinkled crow's feet to the sides of their faces, tiefling, dark red, nearly purplish skin, closer to purple. Their horns are long out and curved, and they look sincerely like Prosper, the guys that Poe tends to use. The issue is that they're quite older,
Yeah.
and from underneath their left arm, as they extend it out, you can actually see that the arm itself is a prosthetic. And as they're there pointing, their hand flips from being some sort of like stubbed instrument to out into a finger as they're pointing down towards the map. Okay, look, I get it. I know we want to do research on them as well. If we want to do the research, we're going to need to get into that creche and see if we can get any data. And as they're talking, there's this moment where the first of you, which is probably Wittick, and then the rest follow up. You hear this Wittick as he's coming, talking in, and this is the visual everyone else will get. There's crystals embedded in the wall which are all producing light. And Kika, you perpetually almost have a pseudo-detect magic up. This entire thing is abjurationed, unless you have these, and you can tell that there's illusion magic from the discs, projections.
Mhm.
Probably that's the only way you're able to actually present yourself in here. Case here and all this thing's still good. As your guys are there, Wittick, you see as you're there, you guys move in, and the first thing is that you're just mostly kind of pseudo in shadow from where you are. Prop stares towards you all, swings up their arm, and it flips at the elbow out until a cannon point, and just stares for a moment. Oh, it's Romans, okay. And shinks the arm back up into a finger. Come on, in.
Greetings.
Any idea where he is?
Last we had spoken, they were, I believe. Actually, shit. When did we last speak to them?
Last we
Did
spoke,
we-
they were going northward.
They were going.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. More likely going north.
Like a Mirabelle way.
Like Mirabar, yeah.
As you say, Mirabar, wait a second. There's a slam on the table of fate. Without telling
Yeah.
any of us. And there's this moment as they do that, like they're pulling their hands through their hair, and you can see that it's all salt and peppered in some points at this like darker blackened hair.
Everything. Something happened?
It's a very sharp, small nod. Eyes glance towards Kair. And it's like, glances at Kair, a little glance down to where Kika would be. Oh yeah. Where were you when the ash went up?
Everland?
Yes.
We were in Everland at the.
Mhm. You want to know the source?
Door.
I think there's a
The
big
Clothian
sigh.
Vale.
There's a big sigh from Kayak.
The Clothian fucking Vale. Apparently, they decided to try and take him on now of all fucking time.
Right.
Sounds like them.
There had to be a reason.
I'm sure
No.
there was. To them, I'm sure there fucking was. And you can tell that there's a moment of legitimate frustration.
I got this guy dead.
We need everyone working on the same fucking page, and they go off gung-ho again. Of fucking course they do. We have not been able to get contact We've also tried commune with deads that don't fucking fly. Which means they're not dead. They're just MI fucking A again.
Wonder if they got put into
I'm Joe.
the hourglass again.
It's fine, we have rocks.
They got put in a fucking hourglass?
They were at one point, yes.
We got them out once, right?
Rocks.
It was broken with a rock.
Yeah, we threw a rock through it.
What rock did you use?
Here's
Just a
A
rock.
magic one. Yeah, points to the
Saren
druid.
points at Saren. His rocks.
And it just pulls
Like
out a
he
wall.
pulls one out, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a normal, just a completely normal, mundane rock.
Druid has a rock trait in rockology.
World's first murder
Um,
weapon. Fair enough.
In enable canon in this universe.
First tool. First tool was going.
I know, but it's funny.
I'm not making Jesus canon in my setting. Fuck off.
But I can trick you into doing that.
No,
Yeah.
you
So
can't.
you do know the Bible.
So you do know the Muffin Man.
God.
The Muffin Man will be real, but with me before Jesus Christ.
Isn't it
to-
canon that Jesus saw every sin that would ever be committed? Which is kind
Probably.
of hilarious considering all the things the characters have done.
Anyway,
Moving on.
I mean, to maybe give you some peace of mind, we only have, I believe, one more spire to find and destroy.
oh yeah, yep. The Glittery Her Majesty has one. Any attempts at scrying in Clot's entire fucking section just shows a goddamn crater. And,
Right.
the bigger
So-
issue with that is that now we're having a bunch of angry giants. Because I don't know where the fuck the queen is.
What?
Yeah, she fucking went with them. Along
Oh.
with Harshnag and like anyone who was capable. Great. Perfect. So
Oh, it's not Harshnag.
person-
So we only just saw Harshnag a few days ago.
Oh, thank fuck. Where was he?
Yeah. He
Guitar?
was in guitar. He was under a
Fuck,
feeble
did he
mind
get
spell.
me? Whatever. Okay, that's good. Because
Yeah,
that
he's-
means
he's-
somebody else has probably played fuck with the others. Fine. Ah. The Starry Lady will fucking shout at him enough for all of us. We don't need to do anything there.
So the last spire, we kind of found out where it's at.
Mm-hmm. Go
Yeah,
on.
Old Arbonne?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
our cleric, she scryed on him.
Don't fucking say. Don't tell me you did it during. Do not tell me you did a goddamn.
No. She actually wants to talk to us
Okay,
Yeah, it was
well,
when we're,
Okay.
we're ready to enter the forest.
of the 5 that you could piss off, at least you pissed off the talkative one.
We've not pushed them off. They just want to come and they just want us to have a chat.
Okay,
I just put my
The
hand
last-
on Radara's arm.
the last time somebody did that, Mirabar had been held to a tithe for nearly a year by Cloth. When he showed up and just casually reminded everyone that he killed all of Harshnag's closest friends once on a whim.
Mm.
So a lot of people went, okay, we'll do whatever he says.
Yeah.
So thankfully you got the talkative one.
Well, because they went to. Does that mean he had a spire? 'Cause
That's
the.
another issue.
Well, that would probably explain why they went there.
They've
Didn't
made deals with him before. So unfortunately, anyone I had in that area, I've had no one come back from Mirabar. So we've had to try and get people down from other spots to talk with them. At that point, he pulls out a tankard and just begins sipping it away. I've had to send people down from Bryn Shandar and Icewind Dale, and I've gotten no response because it's only been a few days. Bloody hell. And as you guys have made closer, when you get within 10 feet, you can smell whatever's in that tankard, and it is foul. Like, Probably if they breathe too close to an actual open flame, it might go. Okay, so we know that that's fucked. But at least we know.
Yeah.
A lot of our teleportations have been. Alright. Go on. You were gonna talk.
No. Sorry, go ahead.
Fucking talk, I told you.
I can't remember what I was gonna say. Sorry.
Damn you are Romans. Anyway, so give you an update. Most of our magic, most of our bigger, higher grade teleports, all got recharged by one of the archmages every now and again. So we are rationing them. And the issue with that is that we don't want to send two people with two, so one can go and then the other one can bring them back. Because if they get jumped, we lose them, and then she can fucking just take them and recharge the fucking slips again, and then they get those glyphs, and we're in fuck then. It's just heads of sects right now are managing stuff and trying to talk. That's it. And that is it. Also, by the way, their outfit is literally just a more worn down version of stuff that Poe wore. So
Which is
Poe-
saying something because that jacket's in a fucking state.
This person said 20 years of adventuring on you. It's in a worse state.
Yeah.
There are patches everywhere.
More patch than coat.
Yep.
You kept the sleeve on his? Because I know Pox has got most of her sleeves gone. But that's more because of her line of work.
The sleeve on the right arm is still full. The
But
sleeve
not
on
what
the
the
left,
prosthetic is.
the prosthetic is gone.
Makes sense.
If you replace all of their coat with patches, is it still their coat?
It's the code of Theseus. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Fox is spending most of this conversation just trying to remember where she must have encountered this person. Just in the background while this is happening.
See. All right, here. Harpers are good for information. But they also would like information in return.
What do we know that they wouldn't? Other
I
than
think
what we
they're
told them.
like
That we just
discussing
destroyed.
that.
That we just destroyed
They-
a spire. Because we just did that.
They are bouncing
Wait.
back and forth now. Some of the illusions are speaking with Prop again. And what you realize is, while their name is Prosper,
They don't
kind of
go by it.
they're probably degradingly, they're referred to as Prop now.
Proper.
No, a prop.
Oh. Why am I
This
attached
is
to this guy?
more out of character. I can't remember if
Yeah.
we discussed it in character. One, I know Blacketh being an Archon was discussed in character.
But
Us discussing her not being a lich,
undead. was
an
also-
undead,
Not a true lich, yeah.
but not being a true lich.
We learned that.
Something mimicking the power of a lich.
Yes. And
Yes.
we were, I believe, told that by one of 1,000. or
100.
One of
100?
100.
100.
I,
One of 100,
I
yeah.
added more
Okay.
people.
You're
So-
good.
So we do have that information
dead
in
100.
character. Yeah. Then
Yes,
I
it
will.
was one of 100 that told us that in character.
That she is.
Mimicking the power of an Archon.
Yeah.
Oh, Lich, sorry.
Of a Lich.
No, she
You
is an
Lich.
Archon.
Using Archon magic, she is mimicking a lich.
That's the one. My brain's melting.
Gotcha. So I will give that to
Give them the
information to
download.
the Harpers. Yeah. Of like, so in our travels of gathering the spires and everything, we've come to discover that Vlakith is an Archon. He is
As you start talking and you do this information, not to interrupt you, but to give it context, you spark that phrase, and they were murmuring within each other, and then Prop just snaps, and it's a loud metallic, like straight up what you'd expect off a lighter, if louder, or like the chink of a gun, in regards to like, clip swinging back. And everyone is there, stops, and begins listening. So sorry, please continue.
We've discovered that Vlakith is an Archon, mimicking the powers of a Lich. He's not a full Lich, due to the fact that we know if she were a full Lich, there would be enemies after her from the plane of order. However, they are not taking action against her. More than likely, why she's mimicking the power of a Lich to reduce the overabundance or overreach that he probably thinks the plane of order would have against her.
As you're talking, one of the other Harpers who's in an illusion, like several of them stop and turn, as if this individual might have some information. And you get like a wispy voice back. From my understanding, she's from agents that we've managed to inject in some manners, she has never consumed souls from anything that's been portrayed, which is the standard form for liches with phylacteries. Furthermore, when abjuration spells are used to dissuade certain elements, in the past it's been observed she does not yield to such elements the way that liches and other more powerful undead may be inclined to at the very least strain against.
That's what I was missing. She's not dead.
She's alive, yeah.
Yeah, that was the. Why did that matter?
We
Also, she has consumed salt. She's destroyed multiple planes. We know that.
well, you don't know what
Or
she's done with,
consumed it.
Consumed was the word they
But,
used.
yeah.
which is how liches regenerate their power.
Mm.
They're on a timer and they have to constantly refuel, and if they don't, they
Uh.
turn into a demi-lich. Out of character.
Yeah.
So while she has not personally done so for her own means, there has been reports that those frightful warriors she has created are being better armed and trained, it seems. They are coming down in smaller groups, and they are being organized, which is of more concern than most other matters. We can plan and circumvent many things, but 5 of those individuals being dropped down on a squad is something to take into consideration when they are employing tactics.
Another thing we've encountered and noticed through the Spire collection, the Spires have been used as ways to buff their people. Like we got rid of the necromancy Spire.
say,
They
that's
were
where
not
they-
able to be taken from this plane. They die.
That's why they've gone to smaller squads, because they can't
That's why
just
they've gone
use.
to.
Yeah,
They can't
risk
use
it.
mass. They can't use mass armies because otherwise they lose fighting soldiers. They lose armies if they send them.
As you say this, another individual, they all turn again to a different illusion who speaks, and all of them are deliberately like, they've come to this hooded, so that anyone trying to scan the location would not be able to identify this is this person at this location. And this rougher, gruffer kind of voices rings out a little bit. From what we've seen, there's been some plans of disposal. Sildar got in contact with the Getharazine, Gethirena, whatever the fuck, the other ones.
Get
And,
that right.
That's right.
Gesundheit. And essentially they have managed to take out a location where they fucking breed or something. I don't know, but
Right.
whatever. And they don't seem to have reacted the same way. Apparently there was much less of a fight and a lot more of a select few staying and everyone else fucking booking it. But how much we know and we can trust about those guys is, well, I don't know.
We've had encounters with the Githzerai as well. We have found them to be far more pleasantable than their counterfolk. The other thing is, basically, I was able to gain lore from a legend during our encounters with the divination spire. There has been, we stop and stem this, us finding Gith, the original person, Gith, maybe one way of stemming our issues with Black Gith. The other thing is that of the 4 generals, 2 of them now serve under Black Gith, which was the King of the Blade, Huntar, and the Queen of the Blade. Both serve under her. However, one of 100 does not serve her. And I'm forgetting the other name. And
Raleigh?
Paralis, yes. Paralis,
Was amazing.
to our knowledge, not serving under her and is not joining the fight.
It doesn't mean she's working against her, though.
No.
And if they've not been killed, that implies that they've got at least some caliber of either information or knowledge that she's not willing to test.
Yes.
Or it doesn't mess with her plan.
Yes. While we've met a fragment of the 100 dead 100.
What is the deal with that?
Great question.
So what we gathered from him is that there are 100 of them, each with their own personality. Now, whether or not it's a case of you get them all together, you get the commander, or if the commander is a separate entity, we're not entirely sure.
Okay. But we know that there's something funky with them.
Yes. They, however, from the talks we've had, while brief, basically say they do not serve Black Gith. That they are only...
Hallelujah.
That they are basically searching for Gith.
Right, I'm just gonna say, and he just like looks around to like 3 of the illusions. If this person, Gith, is on this plane, find them before somebody from another plane finds them, because it's gonna look fucking embarrassing if the information people of our own plane can't find the guy, or person, or whomsoever. However, if this is somebody that even that bitch wants to find, and she could pull the 5 Archmages together like a fucking nothing, something is hiding them. We've also had a little bit of knowledge. That's probably going to be interesting to you in some way. There was a small scout force set nearby us a while back. We don't know if they came from the forest or not. But they had drakes. This was actually, I think, a day or two, maybe just a day before the volcano went. But all the drakes just turned on their riders. All of them.
That's huge. That's huge.
Really big.
Okay.
They then tried to turn on everyone else because they just seemed to just go into a bloodlust. But they did turn on their
Us.
riders.
Right.
I don't care if you're a 2,000-year-old super powerful sorcerer or super powerful fighter who can cut diamonds and water drops at the point where you make a dome of no water. 1,000-foot drops, 1,000 fucking foot drop.
Out of character. So that means
Yeah.
by killing Cloth, that ended their truce between Drakes
Wow.
and
Well, she turned on him at the end, if you remember.
that.
You might also remember that Cloth more or less supernova'd a lot of Gith, and Gith were fighting Drakes at Cloth's Veil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that is something that
I-
the defenders know,
well-
not you.
Yes,
Right.
there's
Obviously.
and also there was the whole thing of like they nearly killed Bahama. Like that's the whole thing. But also didn't this is a little bit meta.
Go ahead.
Didn't the devil that we spoke to a million years ago imply that princes were stolen from every plane, not just
Right,
ours? Tiamat's in the hells? Question mark.
Yes.
She
correct.
ain't a prince, but she
Yeah.
is in the hells.
Well, she's not a prince, but she can have.
But she can have
Offspring.
opinions about what's going on.
Fun
know, if-
fact,
If
Technically,
if it's been
that would-
fucking around,
she may be
she
finding
might have
out.
found out.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing to note that's quite funny about that concept that you've just praised, that implies that both Cloth and Galgarond could be considered princes.
Well, technically, because of who sired them.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure no one's going to debate that Bahamut and Tiamat could call themselves the king and queen of dragons.
I was mostly laughing at the fact that this is perhaps a 1 in a million scenario where Bahamut and Tiamat are on the same side.
It has happened once before, but I
Yeah,
can't fully remember
The
when.
1 in a million is not 0.
Yep.
Yep.
So, okay.
We're nearly there at something.
now, why the dragons turned, we still don't know. If we could get information from the fucking situation up at the Vale, we'd probably be able to get an answer. But, or anything even remotely nearby.
So what
That
do
being
we do?
Said, we could ask a certain ancient green dragon that we might be going to talk to, see if she has any information on this.
She might know, but she'll want something in return.
Don't fucking trust her.
Obviously
and don't
not.
offer a single. Okay, I'm saying this not because you don't know, but for emphasis. Don't offer anything you can live without. Like, if you think you might want that at some point in the future, she'll fucking ask for it. Or just ask for the most mundane thing which you're gonna need.
Think you'll want a
Out of
Funko Pop?
character.
Is that a Neon Soul? That's
Yeah.
an Alistair. That's an Alistair.
Yeah,
What the fuck? That's multiplanar. What the
Yeah,
fuck are you doing with one of
How
those?
do you know what that is?
Hey, that's mine.
How do you know what that is?
Layers.
Put it back in the bag.
Layers.
Alright, anyway.
Dream of the
Um,
Blue Veil is a 7th level spell. No.
Ah,
What was I gonna say? It was important. Shit.
wait, no, can we go back? How do you know what that is? Because we got that from a person.
another world plane. Yeah.
Everyone knows what Funko Pops are.
Not the figure, the person. You
Yeah,
said Ayan
that-
Soul. We spoke to them.
Yeah, no. That was the DM speaking out of turn. It's an
Okay.
Alistair model.
I thought you were in
Let's-
character.
No. No. He is in character about it being an Alistair.
Okay, that's what I was saying. That's why Kika's confused. She's like, how do you know what Alistair is? Which is why she's then saying, how do you know who Aeon Sol is? We have
Knows
spoken
what
to
an
that
Alistair is.
We've spoken to that person. How do you
Okay.
know them?
They go, right, kind of. Firstly,
Alistair is a Grey Warden from Thales.
And I love him very much.
I ship him. Anyway, no. I can't. I had to give him upper Hawk. It had to be him. Anyway, so, getting back on track.
Yes.
I know what that is, because those are memorabilia that get passed between planes. And you can end up using it because it's been created in a place as a focus to go there if you really want to push luck with magic. Not safe to do.
Have you got any that you want to trade?
We
No,
can't
Ra.
do this right now,
Renara.
Renara.
Not now. Like, there's a moment where legitimately he pauses, looks into his bag, and goes, "No, not
Travis one.
now. I have a signed one. Fuck off.
Oh, fuck you.
Mine's in the box, you dumbass. He works with us. Of course I got one."
Who keeps them in the box? They're toys to be used.
Our hand is
Okay.
back on Renara's elbow.
We
Collecting
can't have this conversation again.
collecting wise later, please.
I'm trying
Right.
to come back to my first point in that we got that from a person who claimed that they were from the other plane. And
Okay.
they're now here and are looking for their dad, who is
And he
apparently
just
also here.
He pauses, stops, looks around the room. One of you fucking say something. And looking at the illusions. And at one point one goes, "No."
That's
Do
the
you know
appropriate
them?
response.
Like, there's a moment where the pause say, "Do you know them?" There's like 3 people that I think might get sent from that place. You just hear a voice just like Mobley shout out, "Were they giant or were they small with heterochromia?"
They were, I mean, everybody's big
They
to
were
me.
taller than me.
Everybody's big to me.
Okay,
I was gonna shift. Let's not do that.
I mean, you could.
I'm not going to.
You wouldn't be able to do it the whole way because you have a limit.
Oh, because the demon. Yeah.
I mean, Kiki
No,
can,
you have a
Kiki
limit
can
as well
do
on
a
how much.
little...
Yeah, just
Oh,
you can only
yeah.
choose height size.
Because you can't
Medium.
get 10 foot 10.
No, with that,
Kiki can do
Not yet.
silent image for
There we go.
just...
Yeah, you create a silent image out, and they go, "Okay, that's simultaneously the best and worst person that could have been sent."
But they said they're looking for someone.
You
Their
said
father.
dad?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
fuck off.
Also the
Sorry.
correct response.
Sorry. Okay. Right. I have to pull back a bit here. So, like how there are planes, there are different, quote-unquote, mortal planes. They're all bagged under the same term, but they're different places you can go. Planes are all tied around each other in a circle. The air and the water next to each other produce produce ice, so on. They all link. This is separate. And it's messy. Because it was kind of like a first draft of a place that the gods made. But essentially, one thing that was always there is that there's like 1 or 2 people who are old bastards. As in, these were people from like when Tiamat and Bahamut were husband and wife grade old bastards. They're their children.
Oh.
One thing that got very heavily emphasized is that not too many of them fuckers can be on the same plane of existence. So the max was 2.
How does that apply to grandchildren?
No fucking clue.
Okay.
are they then split in half so you can have 4 grandchildren or 2 children?
I don't know
And then
that.
like 8 great grandchildren and
Look,
16
I hate to
great
break it to you, but no one's gonna come up to a dragon with a fucking list saying you've got too many or too few. No one's doing that to a dragon of one of these
The
calibers.
club is full.
No, unfortunately not.
No more.
Like when the one
No,
when
no
we're
bouncer at the
talking about
door.
when we're talking about like
dragons
one of the
around.
very few
God,
things
mate.
that can actually fuck like a perpetual kind of entities, no, they get to make their own choices after that.
So what are
I
we
just-
doing with this information that we've learned?
Let me
Yeah.
fucking finish. If this stupid woman would shut the fuck up.
That's important. Need to know.
They ended up killing
It's okay, Runar.
one of their own on each plane, essentially. The two that were there, one killed the other. That's always been the way. In that one, it was the black dragon and the gold. Here, it was the red dragon and the brass.
Looks at Kayak.
So, if he showed up here, it means one thing which is very inevitable is going to happen, which is they'll fight. And if you were to ask me what two people fighting would make a fucking volcano erupt, a gold and a red is it. And
But you haven't had reports of a sighting a very large gold or red dragon.
No.
Good.
Uh-huh.
However,
I
So
mean,
would you-
that resolved itself.
did it though? Because a whole fucking volcano went.
It
I took
resolved
out-
itself.
So what you're saying is we witnessed a turf war.
Look, if
Look,
if that
bitch.
potential is actually there, and they did fight, there was going to be scavengers from across the plains trying to carve that thing, like feed on their essence, sink their teeth into them. It's very dangerous, and if one is even remotely still alive, it will try to gorge on the other. So good news, if the son showed up, he's grabbed Dad by the back of the neck and might be trying to yank him out. That's fucking great if he does. That's very bad news though, because if I know one group of fucking idiots who would absolutely be there as well, the defenders. Again,
They are fucking idiots, that's true.
they're fucking idiots, but they're my fucking idiots. Watch your mouth.
What's yours?
I do every time.
There's also the betrayer.
Don't fucking bring up that prick. Firstly, if he was even remotely near that area, a stiff breeze would kill the bastard. Just no one can get close to the fucker.
That being actually, thank you, Zero.
Topical.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
About that. So there's also a hole in Evermore's just kind of opened up down to the deep.
Yeah, that did get reported because we people
Okay.
there. People aren't able to get back because of the howling, which is such an endearing term, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love hearing that the howling is stopping people from getting there because there's fucking cave-ins on our access routes.
Yeah. Okay.
Meaning that there's at least one crackhead bastard that I know who actually intends to ride a purple worm down there to figure out what's going on. I'm not letting him, but he's a crackhead bastard. He might just do it.
Okay. So everything's a mess everywhere all
Correct.
the time.
Yeah.
Correct. That has been well established. We need the last spire is within reach. What is actionable that we can actually do? Like, do you need people? Is it a thing where, like, only a small group could go into the High Forest? Is it a bad idea if they do? What are the chances that that is the way? Like what's the Green Dragon's name?
Old Gnarbone.
Old Narbonne.
Darba.
Narbonne. What are the chances that Narbonne has the spider in the first place?
If
Renara saw it.
Yeah, we squared on the spire.
I forgot. Sorry, I've had a lot on my mind. Yes,
You
Fair
weren't you
enough.
there? We did this.
I'm. Listen, I'm going through some stuff.
aren't we all? However, fair enough. If she has it and she wants to talk, it means she wants something done. So here's the thing.
Rather tough.
Every one of us, in one form or another, has either been pissed off by or pissed her off. Except the few mugs in front of me, one of which might have an issue, so be careful. Don't let yourself get provoked. The rest of you, she'll want something.
individually or collectively.
Whatever her mood is, and that's the problem. Because she could want something collectively, but message one of you in the head and say, "Oh, by the way, I want this from you."
Well,
And
let's
she
find
can
out
do
what
that. She can do that to multiple of you. So heads up, if you think you're the only one, she's willing to play that ball game with a few people. Because I know she's done it after the fact. I've lost people to it.
And if we have a map, right? Like as a party.
Mhm.
Can you mark where this crash was?
You mean where the dragons drop people, or do you mean like the
The
crash?
Too.
Uh,
Oh, crash,
unfortunately,
crash.
the dragons was over high a point. It was something in the
Fine,
distance.
totally fine.
Crash, we ain't got a point on it, and the reason is that there's a few elements of the high forest that, when you know the place well enough, you can make something seem like it's a mile off in one location or another. It can
Right,
be.
but is it in the south portion?
You're
near where
looking
we
more
are?
central. You're looking
More
more central.
More
The issue with
near
that-
like Starmount.
And that's the issue, is that I know she does not lurk in the Star Mountains. She doesn't do that. It's exposed. You're looking in like the deepest glens, like you're gonna probably hear some wailing fae or something screaming about how their home has been ruined by a malevolent spirit. And that's gonna be her having done that. So heads up. Don't be promising nothing to anyone that you're gonna go fix a problem.
No real
Because
names.
No real names. All that kind of shit. I'm sure plenty of you know that song and dance already. But
I've used my fake name, Greg.
Right? Riddick.
What?
Do
That's a
better.
great name, Whittick.
My name's already so unique. Wait, Tick. Like it's a
Yeah.
air cocker thing. Like
We'll workshop it.
okay. Just I thought maybe
Says the
something
person,
common.
Person who has four names and they all start with the same letter. I don't say that in character.
Don't
okay,
look at me.
Don't
I'm now
look-
staring at you.
I've only got one name.
Look, at the very least, anytime someone does call me Prop instead of Prosper, it's fine. But fuck it, I don't care anymore. And if they do that, they flick their arm around to like a tool, and it flicks back around, because it does flick through. Like, one's a hand, and then it flicks around, and then one's a gun, and then flicks around, and one's a tool set, and it's,
You ever
which
thought
doesn't
about
make
changing
sense.
it?
Do they have to go through each one to get back to the hand, or can they go back?
After a while, you do register that there might be a pattern to it. If you want to make an intelligence check, you can check.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Are you sure about that?
That's why I'm offering it.
Nope.
Right.
No, this is me. I don't change who I am. No matter how much people
Well,
fucking
you
want
don't
me
change
to.
who you are, just your name.
Nah, fuck that. I bet these guys fucking probably call me fucking Propser, and I hate it. I know when someone tries to change what I am,
But
and I
you
fucking
it's
don't like it.
nearly professor.
That's not me. That is not me.
Okay. So, is there any other important information we've learned you might
We need
Or-
from them.
we need?
I think
Mm,
above table, Hoppers are dealing on such a wide scale, and everything's gone to shit.
yes.
So unless it's like very local information, we're gonna fall into the weeds really fast. Because we can't help with a lot of it.
Oh yeah, no.
Unless we deal with the problem, which is fucking.
Because we
Oh, like,
explained
okay.
to her. Yeah, we explained to him the lack
we've
of
given
being
him
an
what we can give
Archon,
him.
and yeah,
I think we
Wait,
things
just
about the
we
generals.
go.
The fact that they're an Archon is still like you've got a few people murmuring that, and like even in their illusion pacing back and forward, the fact that she is.
I think we keep moving forward.
We don't want like you said that the stuff happened before with the heroes and Klaus and scrying and stuff like that. Really don't want that to happen again here.
Look, if she fucking tries to come here, here's the thing. Just from coming down here, you can tell it's not as mundane as it looks. That's deliberate. She knows this place isn't mundane. Now, if she put her whole back into it, she could probably take us. But then she doesn't have people that she can try to like lure and
Like
tempt
a
and
fight,
manipulate away.
or
It's always the deadpan ones will come out with that stuff. It always is, and you never expect it. But I do mean in a fight. I'm not going to talk about the people who have. Anyway, moving on. Ugh,
I
need
made
something
this boy,
stronger.
you know.
I need something stronger.
Be not
Ah.
afraid. Be more afraid.
I assure you, there are some people who I really wish were afraid, and now I have to fucking mentor their kids. And I'm fucking sick of it. Not you, you're fine. Put your fucking thumb down.
Yeah.
Put your fucking thumb down.
Um.
I don't think I'm anyone's kid.
I
you
was
were.
not implying all of you. I was implying other fucking people. Right. Have you got anything else for us? I don't fucking
Oh,
know,
wait.
do you?
Out of character, when we destroy the last spire, is the plan to go and kill Black Earth? Should we tell them to get ready for that?
Maybe. Because
I
Well,
feel
yeah,
like that was
probably.
a thing we talked about.
Yeah.
At least
Also,
that's a thing that I think
one
maybe
of-
Syl does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because technically
kinda
the lady,
talks of.
in theory, the lady will have the last spire because she's just holding on to
Yeah.
it for now.
If she doesn't do what I asked and destroy it.
Well, she has to like rework all of her stuff
Yes.
again.
Yes.
You're gonna unplug things.
Yeah. Um.
You can't just like burn down the server.
Yeah. Just. Yeah. The other thing is, this is gonna be actually talking to Poe. We actually might be able to find the crash.
If we do, what do we hope to learn?
One might have a way to get to the plane.
I'm also
But
interested.
The
why
other
they
thing
would
is,
abandon.
not only that, the other thing is you have your little ship. It might be able to point the way.
Of course I do. Yep, that's the thing I forgot about.
Wasn't there a thing about finding like, somatics for it?
Yeah,
And that might be
Yeah.
there.
Thematics.
somatic components.
Yes.
Didn't even question.
We might be able to find something for it
Especially
there.
if it's it won't be on the way. If it's on the way, I think we should, because there's a lot of questions around that. Especially if we destroy the necromancy spire, so they're having to send out small units.
Yes.
Because their people are so on in demand, wouldn't you protect the crush with everything you had?
The other thing is, I'm wondering if the Conjuration's fire is what's allowing them to get here. And if they are able to just teleport in versus having to use
that
their
is
crushes.
extremely smart.
So maybe we should just go now and
We
deal
should
with that
go. Yeah.
rather than
We
sit
should-
here talking
Because then now we can,
and
if we
scheming.
can locate it, we have a way to just immediately take them down.
Okay, let's go then.
Let's go. Yeah, 100%. You talked me into it.
Wait,
I'm
should we
with her
sleep
now.
first, then go, or
Yes. Yeah.
nap then go?
Huh?
Nap then go.
I'll speak up for the party druid and say probably yes, because they use their
Yeah.
transport via plant spell today, so
Oh,
they probably want to
yes.
get that
Yes. We probably should rest. Then we will go deal with the spire.
Look, we'll kit you guys out with some potions as well if you want, a few scrolls. We'll kit you out
Okay.
as well.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay.
Thank you for
How
that gimme,
about-
Das. We forgot to ask.
How
Look,
about someone to sleep as well?
we're currently at that situation where, as much as I don't fucking want to do certain things because we cannot recycle these resources back, getting that gear set up with people who are at the very least going to look. I shouldn't have to tell people not to go and fight an ancient dragon.
But if we did do that,
If you did do that,
what would you be
Okay.
able to give us about it?
Then some potions would help.
In an ideal scenario, we won't be fighting.
shut. He just like looks around.
So
All
bizarre.
right. Bows, guns, crossbows. What are people use?
Crossbow,
I mean, I've got a
crossbow,
hammer, so-
sword.
Crossbow, sword. We can do a little bit because there's a reason I said that if we did end up fighting her, bitch is gonna bleed. Right. And there's this moment where they just lean
We
back.
just go
They, like,
around and
they, like,
declare
lean-
what weapons we use.
they lean back in the chair and they just like, put their ear to the thing. Unity. Yeah. Get them out. Anything they don't have, any of the usables. If they've got it, let them smoke it. Don't let the 3-year-old smoke. You know what I mean. Best of luck.
You get to smoke things?
I mean,
What was
shit, you.
smoking?
Depends.
Shit, no, I don't want to smoke that.
Smoked kippers are delicious.
Oh.
Look, you want food and a rest, we'll kit you out as well.
Please.
Look,
Yes.
go in. Crossbows, blades. We can get you guys out with a few things. We've got some pellets. Only thing I will say is, you guys got a bag of holding?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You're gonna put this stuff in that. Otherwise, she can detect it,
Okay.
and it'll be on sight. That'll also mean that if you get into a fight, you're all gonna have to divvy that shit out real fucking quick. But there's one or two things we can do. Old dragons live because they can smell this shit. Right. Go out, get kitted up. Don't come back to me unless you actually need something. Thanks for the information.
Also,
Don't fucking die.
Uh-huh.
You try.
Not to.
Carlos is frozen, I think.
Uh-oh.
Also,
Oh,
as
Marvel
we're
has got her.
as we're leaving, just like with my head still in the door a little bit, just like, oh, also once we get the last spire destroyed, we're probably gonna go kill her. Hey, bye.
Good fucking luck. You make your way out.
So if you want to help, just let us know. Bye.
Fuck no.
I don't know if we planned that far ahead, Widdick.
She did a Vecna. She took out all the powerful mages of the era. We're not fucking with her. Anyway, with that, we're gonna take a quick break. Hopefully, we get back a curls,
Hopefully.
and then I will divvy up some items.
Item time.
Okay.
See you in a minute.
Consumables,
Bye.
Ta-da!
Hello.
Hello there.
We're back.
Welcome back, everyone. So, you guys are issued out, ushered away. And as you are, you can see that Unity is behind the bar. Motions everyone over. And there's this moment where they look towards most of you. And go, okay. And they touch two things underneath. And everyone else who's there but is subsequently not needed has to leave. And after about 15 minutes or so of ushering out, drinks and a bit of food, light food is provided. Once the last person leaves, they pull a lever, and the two sides to the bar drop. And after about a minute or so, two more sides usher up. And from bar glasses and tankards, small kegs and wine bottles, weapons upon weapons upon weapons.
We get James Bond sequence.
James Bond sequence.
I was thinking
And
more
it-
Morpheus.
More John Wick.
Oh, I was thinking
More-
Men
more
in Black.
Matrix.
These are all the
I- I-
same
It's,
I-
it's
things.
I want a
Kingsman.
little gun.
Okay, right. So before any of you fuckers do anything else. Crossbow, you. Ironic, I have to give this to you. Okay. 5 of these. Are you a good shot or are you just passive before they reach
I'm a
up and
good
grab?
shot.
Prioritize hitting, not doing damage. And hands you 5 arrows of dragon slaying.
Ooh,
I was
the
hoping they would give me
bee.
ammunition, not a weapon.
They're bolts of dragon
Yes,
slaying.
bolts of dragon
exact
slaying.
same concept,
Just
except
for a crossbow.
yes,
Just gotta
except
hit.
No sharpshooter.
No sharpshooter.
sharpshooter on those
caveat.
ones.
So they're just an arrow slaying, but ranged as a crossbow. I'll see if there's an arrow sling on it. There should be.
There is, yeah. How many do I get?
You have 5, which does pack a lot of heat.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have 5 of those. It's a DC 17 con save. They're exclusively for dragon slaying, and if they fail to save, they take 60-10.
Yeah, you don't need sharpshooter on that shit.
Nope.
Nope. Sneak attack plus Crimson Right.
Once that hits, it then becomes a mundane. And that's it. You get 5 of those.
Yep, sim.
Okay. You're going up against that bitch. Okay. I'm giving this to Wittick. He can give it to somebody. Because that way then I'm not responsible for whoever he hands it to. And he hands you a chalice and a scroll. You'll
I
need
will
an
look at
hour
them.
to eat everything. But you're going, if you have to pick a fight with her, you have 24 hours. Will you be immune to frighten? Immune to poison? Hero's Feast.
Yep. Okay.
Now, just because you're immune to her breath weapon doesn't mean you're immune to her spells.
Right.
Very fucking aware of that. Okay. Who's wearing mundane armor among you fuckers? Anyone? You, cool. Come here.
Me.
I mean,
Just like-
technically,
I
mine's
think I
mundane,
am
but
as well.
Just the mundane breastplate.
Stood
Are
Yeah,
there.
but
Arthur-
Runara wearing mundane armors, I think, I think takes precedent.
yeah.
Okay. Do you want
I know
something?
that because it's...
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you know that. Because I spent an entire
know.
campaign targeting your ass.
I know.
Because if I
Alright.
didn't,
Yeah. Mine's mundane, but made of fucking animatite, so it's like, okay, crit!
Mundane in
consider-
quotation marks.
Well, yeah, because it's not magically enchanted. It's just made of metal.
It's just inherently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if anyone's getting non-mundane armor, it should be Runara.
so
Because I also have mundane armor, but I don't need special armor.
Plus, Renar's usually in melee
That's what
with
I
me.
mean.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
Runara.
okay, right. Got
And she
any
sets herself on fire.
attunement available? Noted. Okay. Any attunement availabilities, or you clean out?
Let me check. I have one.
You've one slot?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, cool, cool. Where the fuck am I looking? And like legitimately looks through is looking through a ledger. I look through this, I find the thing that I need, and then when I do that I can then aim you towards it. Alright.
Sure.
But you vouch for all these people, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. You and K aren't getting anything. That's my trade.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
I'm
And then
already
reach
tuned out
down.
anyway.
I know you are, you fuck. Reaches up and pulls down a breastplate of armor that looks incredibly simple and hands it to you. Attuned to that, when you attune to it, you get to pick.
Mm.
You'll be resistant to whatever you pick.
Ooh.
Armor of resistance. You get +1 to your save and +1 AC. Just a standard breastplate aside from that. And you get to pick that. And that's it.
Is that what the first time you attune to it, or like at dawn?
Dawn.
Choose the resistance. Okay.
At dawn.
Love it.
You
Love
don't
that
get
for
to
me.
swap it out. But look, you're going up against this bitch. And look, if you are, again, don't if you fucking can. Right.
I forgot we have a thing there.
Hmm?
I just forgot we have a thing in our bag of holding that might be useful against a green dragon who likes to be narcissistic, probably.
Mm-hmm. That
Like,
might be.
hey, would you like to look into this mirror?
Oh, with the mirror.
The mirror of life trapping.
I'm just saying, I've got expertise in deception.
Yeah.
They are famously vain.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, more from my... I remember we got it, and I knew it was cursed. But the plates of Yalgast, what were those?
It was
plate
like
of Yalgast?
it was like a plate of food, and we found one of the plates was magical, and we never did anything with it. We just took it.
Okay.
And that was like, note down that you got this, and then we never looked at it again.
Okay. I just wanted, I've seen it in there. I was
often
like,
happens in
So
D&D.
it's like a bowl or a plate.
gotcha. Okay.
Like just a
Yeah,
serving
sorry.
dish, more or less. That no
Yeah,
one has
so-
eaten from yet. Wow.
And we never will.
I just love that mirror of life trapping brackets don't look in this.
Look in this.
This
Yeah.
is what happens when I write stuff in there.
It's
I
got a
make
little
notes.
post-it note stuck on it.
Nicholas,
What's
did you
worse
notice
is,
these
I
is-
imagine Runara's put the post-it note directly above the frame. It's like, huh, what's that? Oh, fuck. Right. I mean, aside from... There's that. I ain't got none of those, because we would have given that to Glory and told her to go kill the fucker. I mean, if she would have fucking ever come out of retirement. She does it for her wife, but no one else. Yeah, that's fair. I know her wife. And he just keeps mumbling like that for a hot minute while they go through their things. Right. So, adaptive plate, hero's feast, bowl. Right. And just like moves under, and you can hear glass moving again, like a bottle, like a crate of bottles. What's that? Okay. 4 standard healing potions. 1 standard, or 2 standard greater healings. And then looks towards all of you and goes, if you misuse this next one, I will personally find you, resurrect you, and kick your head in. And just like goes through the potion and pulls it out. And let me just get a moment to get its description back up, because it's been a hot moment since I have looked at it. This potion is a big, thick bottle with a thin top that goes down to a big, bulbous point. It is pale white liquid with a giant clam's tongue sat at the bottom of it. A potion of giant size. You might remember you guys got some of these at the end SKT. Okay. That's what I have that I can give without somebody screaming at me that I've done it. Eat up, rest up, do it, rest and everything else you need to. You're free to do it here at your leisure. When you're done, make your way out the way you came.
Is there anywhere where I can just set up just a small little shrine to Verona? Just a really small little thing.
Yeah, you've got spaces here. Don't do no scrying, don't do no poking your head at people.
No. This is so I can just a place for me to pray.
Augury kind of shit, stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
anywhere.
sure.
As long as you're not within 100 foot of the chemist setup down the far end or any of that kind of stuff, you're fine.
No,
Just
that's fine.
keep your distance away enough from other people. Go ahead.
Okay.
Just
I'm
based
just
on
gonna go find like a fireplace.
that.
I'll very short. I'll just stone shape the symbol of Verona in like the mantle
Hell
or
yeah.
somewhere on it if it's stone, and then just in the fireplace, just do a little continual flame,
Mm-hmm.
just so it won't put any heat, but
Yep.
so that fire will never go out, basically.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Relatively simple.
And then I'm going to say a little prayer and cast a word of recall.
That's a good boy. There's a good boy. Right. Click
Smart.
that button. Let me see what that does.
It's a wall of tax.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Oh, it's not that bad.
It's not as big
It's
as it was.
we can teleport back here, but I have to
It's
cast it to set. I have to set up a.
We've attuned
place.
to the Aetherite.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
No.
No, we've set a
Jesus.
return point. We set
there
a
we go.
home.
Return. Yeah.
So when we die, we come back here. It's a different teleport animation. Everyone knows you just ate shit.
Also, because I can, now I'm going to cast continual flame on the hammer. Just because I can.
Whoa. Hammer glows warm and hot to the touch, but gentle. But hot. So looking at that, you can bring back you,
And 5 other people.
Baroness, Kaerk, Wittick, Kika, 1, Posey?
It's me and 5 others, right?
Mhm.
And there's
Oh.
7 of us if you
There's
include
7 of us,
Kayak.
so one
If you
person.
include Kayak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's more of a. Get
So
the
if
fuck
someone
out.
dies,
Then they're
Girls.
not
everyone
a
else
person.
can
They're
leave.
they're an item at that point.
Yeah. They're an object at that point.
Yeah,
They can be
right, but you
carried.
shouldn't say it.
We have to plan for these things.
A corpse is a carried item,
All
So-
well,
so I should bring them back before I resurrect.
You're correct, but you shouldn't say it.
all well and good. What happens if you're the corpse?
Then we're
Well,
gonna
I
die
mean-
anyway.
If I'm dead, then you guys are screwed.
Transport via plant.
What happens?
Well,
if
then we
Saren
wouldn't
is
have this
dead?
problem in the first place.
Oh,
got
by the way,
dragon.
guys, fun fact. Let me say those words again.
Conjuration level 6.
I've done it. I've just cast it. It's done.
No, I know.
No, it'll be when we're coming back.
It's when we're coming back, it's going to be interesting.
We just have to destroy this fire first. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Destroy
easy.
fire.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And hey, if we have the Conjuration Spire in our possession, we can cast it from that. And that will be fine.
Uh-huh.
I mean, technically, to
It's already
designate this sanctuary, I have cast a spell.
Correct.
So it's not you set it up, then you cast it to come back.
No, yeah.
Cast it to set it up as
You
well.
are in a place
it's like
deliberately.
contingency.
You're in a place deliberately warded. So
All right, sound.
it's in that way of,
Appreciate that.
as in, it's not going to react and not going to set off conjuration now, nor will it on the way back. However, you set it up. There's a moment where, like, from a distance, someone scans it and goes, "Oh, one sec. I actually before you hang on. And just a coin gets thrown at you. Leave that at its center. Spells next to that thing don't get blocked, basically.
Thank you.
Because otherwise, any one of us trying to get the fuck out of Dodge is fucked. Trying to get in here, so. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, fuck it, they just gave you potion of giant size and that. For me, as fucking well. And with that, you all rest. If you want to take a long rest here, you may. And
Yeah,
with
boy.
that, we'll end the session. Next week, High Forest.
Oh boy, that's gonna be an interesting one.
Oh boy!
But next week I'll be playing Final Fantasy.
Oh no, we can't make D&D next week, guys. Oh no.
Yes.
Oh, God, I feel-
I'm really sorry. I'm busy next week. Oh.
Yeah, so something
I'm
came up.
going
I'm just not gonna be able to do it.
traveling. I have a trip
Oh.
booked.
Honestly,
Yeah, I
honestly,
can't-
honestly,
oh, there's
honestly,
no
I
video,
wouldn't
I've
be
just
mad.
Paid for it.
Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, guys, I wouldn't be mad. You know, an expansion comes
No,
out.
it's
I got
not.
vacation
No,
going on next
Thursday.
week.
We've got all fucking week to play it. A
I
few hours
empathetically broke
off of
both
it.
my legs just now, so
Motherfucker, we know you can't buy the game. Shut up.
no, it's just out of empathy.
Oh goodness.
You just did it because you could. You were looking for.
Right, we'll see you when we see you. Is all I will say.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next
Maybe.
week.
Maybe.
It'll probably be next week.
Me,
I
I'll,
mean,
be,
I'm
here,
gonna
I'll be
pick-
here tomorrow playing Guild Wars, which is also a very fun MMO. But anyway,
It is.
It's not Final Fantasy.
I'm just.
go play Final
I'm just-
Fantasy then, Kay.
I will.
Oh, that's
Will I?
right, you
Yeah.
can't! Oh!
Wait.
I can play a different Final Fantasy.
And you should, because they're good games. Right,
Final Fantasy
Yes.
3, the best one.
6.
The game
Anyway,
was
We
pretty
can't,
good.
we can't be doing this. End the fucking stream.
alright, we're going now.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye!
Bye, losers.
Hey.
Don't
Yeah.
call chat losers.